Good afternoon. We meet again as every Wednesday, our Telework EU team. So today we have a very innovative program, not only as to the subject, but also as to the form of delivery. But let's go into the details. So the agenda, you could see it on our Telework EU group. So we have mainly 4 topics. The first, I will show you the results of the poll from last week. Then presentation of the workplace from Facebook platform. This is the innovative element that we will not only speak about the telework, but what is a specific part of the workplace. Telework work within a company or for the company. But this platform, Workplace from Facebook, is always is a service to work remotely from any place without any regulation. But we discuss it later on. Point number 3 is very interesting, and we will have a very high quality presentation, as I have reviewed from František. Integration and security features of this platform. Of course, we will investigate and analyze maybe other platforms. This doesn't mean that we will only fall in love only with this platform, but so far is okay. Next, maybe chance should be the platform, workplace platform of Microsoft, where they call it Microsoft Viva or Modern Workplace. So this can be another alternative, mainly for the companies who are already Microsoft licensing organization. And point number 4 again is a topic which is the content. The content, we have 2 subtopics: telework maturity model with Peter Sveda and Tibor Normandy. This perhaps we will can start only from 2:30 or later on. And I will also brief you about the grant opportunities. I have some proposal what should be the objective of the project, but also I have seen your comments there to other projects, so it will be also interesting. So the forms of cooperation, collaboration. So we have now 2 levels. Level 1 is as before. So if you want only to follow, we have 50 members. We can post it on the Telework EU group, every relevant things which might be interesting, or if we search some experts. But I think 50 people, first of all, we have to utilize the intellectual capacity of 50 people to make one-to-one discussion, as they call me. You can also horizontally, you can connect also your colleagues, your peers, and also get advice, check their profile, and you can encourage them, because some of them, only pushing accept, and they don't know what they accept, but anyway, I was calling and inviting to this group one by one people whom I think can have added value. So this is level 1 as before. Level 2 is for active participating. When you want to create something, when you are active, so this I call core team. See last week presentation, the core team. So the core team here is the link to the workplace. Perhaps you could enter it. And also, of course, here is a very nice feature of this workplace for Facebook, that we can invite people by only to send the link, and they get in. So even you can put your nickname. We don't need your email address. You receive a code and then you log in. So this they call frontline workers, but but this we discuss after. All of you who are participating now, this is the company group called Telework EU. So we are a virtual company. So you are de facto expert employees of Telework EU. So we are now simulating a real workplace towards, of course, two criteria. First criteria is a general digital workplace. How meets the criteria of, we call it slowly, regulated workplace. Regulated by either by the company can impose some criteria, regulation from where and from what device you can use and for what task access, and also by regulation. So then they say the government regulation that you have to meet the work safety and other conditions. So that's all the program. Here is, we will speak after on, but maybe when we go to the platform, what now is a nice picture. So I can explain it here. Even we have in a knowledge base, there is also important feature of this workplace. I describe what I consider relevant for the telework. First, but here in general, the base are activities. Activities are done by groups. So each group is some activities. This can be a project, can be a company department, or so on and so on. So these activities can use then several functionality and resources even. There are 58 plugins for integration, but František will speak about this. Also on the right side, people can be, as I mentioned, allocated, so regular with email, and this is paid €4 per month or $4, but not important now at the moment. And also front-end users, free was before, and now I received a message from my administrators that there is $1.50, but this is not important. What you log in here, everything is covered by me, by our company for the time being. So what else? Huge integration possibility, but we will see, František, what he says, how huge and what are the bottlenecks. But still there is a SharePoint, Google, you see many things. Okay, but this is only file sharing, but to connect to an application, this is something we will know soon. And then is the very, very developed monitoring by administrators, monitoring the workplace, statistics, everything. So this is also a company regulation and can help. But finally, so far, this is a generic workplace. I don't see how we can put company regulations, but we can put here, yes, sorry, for security policy, yes. But applications for example, connecting out or disconnecting or task list, even we have some tasks I will show, but this is a very, okay, so this is a process. Within 2 weeks, we cannot invent everything, but so far, this platform, I think we can live with this, at least for our Telework EU activities. Where we have no regulations, neither from government nor by the Telework EU company. So that's all in the nutshell. And now, and next Wednesday, 5 May, we meet again. Who is interested? We will not send any bulk invitations now. We will select people if needed, and you will do the same for the task from our network, or you can search also other your peers, your connections. So that's all from my part, and then let's go to the real work. And this real work is here. Sorry, this we have to go here. Here we are the network. So very quickly, here I add something until you don't follow. So František, can you be ready within 5 minutes, 2 minutes for your presentation?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I will list and you will show. Anyway, your presentation. But I want to show you these bots. You know how many things, even DocuSign, something installed, like electronic signature of document, for example, it is needed for employment contract signature online. And task list is here, but this we have no time. Try it, but okay, we will see. Maybe we need something better. This is one thing. And the rest, what I would also drive or connection events, of course, our event is here, events, and here is the full event. This is better than in LinkedIn. Here in the discussion, we will always have the for each event we have a discussion similar like in here. I will come back to this after because this is the first point of our meeting. I want to share knowledge base, knowledge library they call it. You can see topics, categories, subcategories. I wrote my experience, my finding here. So only you can see if you have some big elaborate, nice documents, it is okay. So only now let's go to the first point of the program. This was presentation of the poll, so it is not visible, yes? Should I enlarge it? Please tell me if you can read. No, of course. Now it's better.
Yes.
Yes. No. So unfortunately, we are lazy, but one-to-one communication, I am very excited. Everybody has some idea asking, so it's good. But when it's some community activity, we are okay. So 10 people only completed, but never mind. The opinion of 10 people. So sorry, but I start from number 4 because okay, it's not interested. So what role should so it is good that everybody wants to be advisor and specialist. It's good. Project management, grant administrator, Telework EU, group administrator. See, yes. Okay, so this I expect from the 10 sample people that this is correct. We search country coordinators and 4 people also country coordinator. In this poll, of course, we will contact them. Who are these country coordinators? And we will also open slowly another group, country coordination. So how to recruit the best policymakers maybe, involve them, policymakers and also experts on national levels. Because LinkedIn, I don't know if this is so popular in each country, but this is rather an international collection of people. Okay, now question number 5. So this, what subjects you prefer? So this is equally, I think, platforms, but mainly telework implementation roadmap. Very good. We have something in Telework Slovakia already, a project implementation. So we can maybe translate and discuss it. Yes. But in parallel, we have to offer the companies some platform, not only implement, but what to implement. So how to select the platform. In this project plan, the first phase is to select also the platform after, of course, taking the stock, what are the needs, what is the status, current status. But here, so maybe the next meeting we can, because now really 4 people, half of the people want a legislation and telework implementation roadmap. Okay, so this is, and now the impact, this is a previous, you can see it, previous here, because, so I again enlarge, can it read or not yet? Sorry. You can read it now. So I cannot enlarge it more. But what is the important and not important? Okay, so saving commuting cost, red is important, blue is very important. So save central office operating cost, not so important, very important. So the blue overweighting the red one. Attract the new talents, also very important, so good. The first three are very important, my opinion, and improve work-family balance is highly important. So I expect your wives, you want to, how to say it, how to be synergy with your wife and your family is very good. This is a common interest. Improve flexibility also prevails the very importance. And what is the mission? Our mission, what I put, the 4 conditions: promote telework as a new business process, advising policymakers, promote process solutions, share experience. So all are equally important. The other, then Mr. Balash, please find out what they say in the other. And we will read it and we have to react to the members, but not now because but this is a task, internal task. Okay, so I finished. Now the point number 1 and point number 2, the presentation also, because here is the presentation. And now I will pass the floor to František and his presentation we can find in the groups, which is groups, at least we show what groups we have. So we have, I put it, because this belongs to Telework IT platform group. And here is his nice presentation. You can find it. Now I open it and I hope can open the first time. Oh, it's good, working, but I cannot, I can. So it works perfectly with the, no, sorry. I don't see how it, yeah, it is here. It will work. Yeah. So, Pharaoh, please go ahead.
Thanks, Attila. So I will explain very briefly some information regarding workspace from technical point of view, especially focused to security, because security is crucial. We have data, and data, inside data we have information, critical information, and then integration, because the IT world is integrated. Also, this is 2 main focus. We discuss after 2 days with Attila, and I prepared some check for this product. What is important? I am Microsoft oriented. Also, my feeling and my check was from this point of view, and find the differences. Some and final statement is I found some very good feature. Attila, please
Next.
go next slide. Also, the scope, I played 1.5 day with this tool, and the topic was here briefly. Also, as Microsoft specialist, first is integration with Active Directory, because we maintain all user in Active Directory in Microsoft Word. Also, especially workplace have user management special, and is integrated with Azure Active Directory. This is very positive. And when we will maintain more of 1,000 user, also relative big company, is not so easy. Provide dual, also something in Active Directory and something in the workplace. Also, the user management will be complicated. When we have 20, 100 or 200 user is no problem. Also, this is one area I found solution. I explain next. Then configuration and administration, very briefly, is very nice. This product is very simple, intuitive. Also, I play 1 day, 8 hours, and no issue. Also, this is very good, optimized. Then I focused next onboarding user. Also, this process, when we will progress and spend not many time, also this process will be automated. Also, is optimal to find some solution exists. Then when we speaking about the data and information, also in this world, we must speaking regarding security best practice. Also is good produce some guideline which data will be stored, which data will be private, and will be good. Some standard for this area is international industry standard. This is SOC 2. Also is good. Provide some elaborate some document which correlate with SOC 2 related workspace and teleworking. Then very important is the area integration. The integration in this product is in the two main the integration. One is native. This is a surprise. This is fantastic, because the very complicated integration to Azure or SharePoint or Google is native. Also is done. Also the integration is complete when you install this application and when you have permission with this bot system. Also, this is a surprise. This is very positive. And second, third-party integration, also other products. I speak in the next time, is not so, is some specific because is under control Facebook. Also, when you will build some application, the Facebook must approve this application. Okay, next, very important is single sign-on. Also, when you use only one credential. Add-ons. This is some surprise because I show you in next slides some big companies have some add-ons. API is some positive surprise because this is identical API which use the Facebook or Graph API by Microsoft or REST API which is international standard. What is problem is governance and policy. The policy development is easy, very easy, and this is a little problem when we need maintain thousand people. Also is very simple. By Microsoft is security and compliance center and auditing is more deep. And what is positive is integration workplace with business critical system. When I play, I check webhook. Webhook is HTTPS protocol port 443, very simple, standard, and I found very simple integration with business critical system Atlassian Jira, also task management, agile systems, or also we can integrate with the webhook. Is known. Attila, please, next slide. I go more deeply. Also, Active Directory. My understanding is when we will maintain from one point, one console is important. Probably more as 1,000 user is better integrate to Active Directory. I saw the native integration is to Azure AD. Also, half of work is done by workspace, and exist. You can buy some add-on, and we can maintain with group policy. Also, when we will automatic onboard new user, also we can run some scripts, and all is done in one click. Also, and more important is offboarding, because when the people leave the community, we must. I work in a KBC bank. Also, this was a second must be off. Also, I think this is very important in next time, not in start. Also, support add-on from some company, Octa, I don't know, and maintain direct from one console. Because now we have some word is Microsoft and desktop computer, and some word is workspace. Also, we maintain the people in two places. Also, there must be a replica. And for this, we need some standard, also LDAP and standard technology also is not specific, because Workspace use the standard authentication protocol OAuth. Please, next slide. Yeah, this is my my look from the Microsoft. Also, you can see here, this is Workspace here in background, and as test user, check some not allowed content download to Workspace. Also, this is function DLP policy in Microsoft. Also, this is a reciprocity, because the Azure DLP policy or Office 365 blocked the special content not allowed download to Workspace. Attila, please, next slide. And how is done? Also, here is one policy in Azure, and you see here also setup, very simple setup. This is all, and I can control some confidential content direct in Azure and Office 365. This is very good. This integration is done. Also, only setup. Please, next slide. This logo, what you see here, are the integrated tools and services which can you find in out of box. Also, you can integrate. This is not true. Cisco, Okta, you must buy. About Dropbox, G Suite, Azure, Office 365 is by default out of box. You spend money. You spend money because this integration need effort, and effort need money. Also, this is very good. And regarding security, I found very good product from Cisco. Also, we can, because when we will control the people from accessing from some special exotic countries, also we need Africa or Asia, Japan also, and the user is normally in Slovak or Hungarian. Also, we must check if it's compliant with security. Cisco have some good add-on. Also, this is a special add-on for Workspace, or natively, very simple, absolutely simple. Natively is direct in Workspace whitelist. Also, you can whitelisting the people with IP address. Also, this is a very simple solution, and in this time the company used whitelisting, also no problem. Also, this integration, Okta is the provider which produce some add-ons, very useful, relatively cheap. Also, Attila, please, next slide. Some words regarding API. Also, for this product is very good when administrator can REST API or API technology. This is some commands, post, get, and two more via HTTP protocol. Very simple. And with this Graph API, you can control very deep, relatively deep, the content. Also, my example is in next slides. Also, I can control with this post. In this is this is a URI header. Also, this is very standard command, and with this concrete command, we can document level permission control for Microsoft. The example, the connection between workspace and SharePoint exists. We have Attila can show you, and I need more granularity. I need permission to special document, not only list or folder or library. I need control by searching. Also, this is a simple example when administrator know standard REST API norm or better Graph API. Also, you can control content or more functionalities. Attila, please, next slide. Add-on is something is done. Also, you can see provider as Cisco, as Okta, and when you will develop application, is not so easy, because here is process. You can see you must request Facebook to app development in C# or some development tool, and Facebook must review this app and approve. Also, this is not so simple which Power Apps by Microsoft. And then this add-on is available for all customers. And this is a process which is mandatory for application. Also, this I identify as a little problematic when you need some special add-on. Attila, please, next slide. Here you can show Jira integration with the workspace. Also, this is fantastic, because this is cloud to cloud integration in some minutes with the webhook protocol, and webhook is HTTPS port 443. Also, this is a perfect. Also, this is a business critical system. Please, next slide. This is probably last. Yeah, this is something which I cannot answer, because governance and policy development is very simple, very easy, and not so deep. Also, when I compare Office 365, Security and Compliance Center, auditing, and so on, is another word. Also, this is from my very simple. Also, this is a nice to control and not so deep. So, sorry. Yeah, this is all from me. When you have question, also I am open.
Okay, hello. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the word, and sorry for being late. Just a question about one question about Jira. So Jira, you said it has to be cloud-based or web interface, right?
Right. Only
Yes.
only cloud, not on-premise. No,
And
not
for the governance and compliance, is this in what extent or in what perception are you looking at it? Are you looking at it from the I don't know, from certain industry perception, or are you looking at it from some kind of legislation perspective?
Yeah. Audit. Also, when you must provide audit for banks or some companies. Also, you need auditing.
Yes, but there I would be a bit cautious about saying that, because you cannot put all the data into cloud. Yes, and this is
sure, absolutely. And the data which are saved in cloud must be tracked. Also, some tracking.
Yes, but here is it's very important, because I know something about this topic, and here is very important thing to realize for every single organization that is willing to put data onto cloud, and that is what your regulator says, whether you can what you can put and what you cannot put. And another dimension which is very important is whether your data or your cloud provider allows external audit to come and audit their solution. Because I can tell you, AWS, they're very reluctant doing this. Whereas Azure AD and Google, they're winning a lot of deals, especially in the financial world around Europe, because they're very open to welcome any of the audit companies to come and audit them.
Yeah, sure. And some additional case. I worked in some German project, and is a very often discussion topic. You are owner of the data, and when is some problem with the law between US and Europe. The interesting is the current status is because in Europe is data center in Dublin and in Amsterdam too, and
Frankfurt.
Microsoft is subject which allow or not allow give your data to lawyer in US. This is impossible. Also, the German IT people speaking about this, and Microsoft very deep solve this this issue, because this is not so easy. Also, yeah.
Yes, I agree.
I speaking about DLP policy, about e-discovery case. Also, this functionality, which are in Microsoft product natively, I don't found here. Yeah, this is my statement.
I'm okay. Now you okay. So please, I now see the audience, but I'm glad to meet you also, Mr. Sabo. So you are auditor from the European institutions, former expert. So what is your opinion, Mr. Sabo, about this discussion about security and auditors between American and European? What was the practice if you want to audit a process in a European institution? So what are the main steps, please, if you can outline it briefly? Yes, maybe then you try later on. Now I have question, quick question, František. Example, what is your result?
Yes,
Practical
now
result
can
from
the
your
connection was lost.
practical result. Can you hear me? If you find
I
out,
can hear you, but
pardon? Hello? Can you hear me?
my connection was lost for a moment.
Yes, but
I think now I'm audible.
maybe we, yes, so next time maybe, because your connection is not so good. Maybe next time
No,
after this
apparently.
question, but your voice is not so good. Can you locate a link in Workplace which link points to a SharePoint to fill in a form? And I take it as a, for example, to task. In SharePoint, we can make a very nice task list. We don't need these bots, but we want to have a link when we have a task on SharePoint. And if you can add somewhere as an integration this link to this task, de facto this is an application, SharePoint application. So you told you can address direct, not only folders, but direct items in SharePoint.
Yes, I understand. I must deep check,
Okay.
and is not. I am not 100% sure.
Okay.
Direct link you can call. Also, this is not problem, and functionality. Also, when is some application with transactional, also you will change a status.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
the example is Jira. This was a integration
Yes.
via web is possible, and my understanding is need more effort. Also,
Okay.
I think is better use the out-of-box functionalities. The workspace is fantastic. When do you need some additional functionality, special functionality, the workspace is not so flexible as SharePoint.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Other questions before we move to the second agenda, the telework maturity model? Our point is now, the clear point is always returning to here, not to PowerPoint or these things. This is very important. So we have it in the group telework maturity model. So in this activity we have, so here is Tibor, please take the floor because you put this maturity model past some. So please go ahead. This is your post. Maybe you want to add something.
Well, last week I have seen Peter's presentation, and that was very interesting. And I just thought I would like to get deeper inside it. And I had a chat with him, and also I wanted to view it from a different angle. Okay. And also I have seen your comments, Attila, on maturity models, but from here I cannot control the slides.
But you have to log in, my friend. You are here, Tibor.
I am here, but you are controlling the...
Registered, look. Okay, but...
you can control the slides. I don't have...
Yeah, slide. Yes, but the slide... Which slide? Because this is already was presented last week. You want
this one is not. This one is my maturity model. I can see it. I have uploaded just half an hour ago.
Okay, okay. You know,
Yeah, I was waiting for Peter.
maybe you give some version, version. Okay, now it's clear. Okay,
yeah.
now understood your point. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is very interesting. We learn because we cannot go to presenting mode.
We cannot go. Well.
Never mind.
Never mind. Yeah, that's okay.
You go ahead. Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go to the second slide, maybe, or the first one.
Part summary.
This is the summary, yeah. Because you suggested in your comments, Attila, review and finalize the global maturity model.
Yes,
and
it was by Peter mainly, not
it
me.
Was made, all right, okay. I didn't know the background or the history of this subject or these topics. So that's why I wanted to discuss it with Peter beforehand, but he was busy with meetings. So let's go back a bit.
Back?
Well, yeah, just to this part, yeah. For this two key sentences there, the global maturity model, and I thought we must split it, splitting the model to SME and large enterprises, because one size will not fit for all companies. So maybe it won't be 100%, because I'm not sure about his view or if he put together his thoughts. But anyway, my idea is to split the whole subject at least to 2-3 different sizes. Okay, Attila.
Well,
before we can finalize it. That's one point. And going from bottom. Sorry?
Tibor, I am only moderator. You are the bosses, so task leaders. So please discuss it with Peter. And what you say, I agree. What you say is normal for SME. We need something what is simple, and for example, a government organization, we need much more sophisticated approach.
Exactly. For a big company like a bank or oil companies, you can understand it. If the employees are more than 500 or 1,000 employees, you have a different requirements completely. Yeah, and the same thing for the second point was the different sectors.
Yes.
Yes. Because you said that to come up with models for different sectors. But we have to select the first 1, 2, 3, 4 sectors.
Yes, the generic model first of all, the generic, which is common, because. And Mr. Sabo, can we now tell your opinion? What is missing from this maturity model, or maybe you answer at the end of presentation?
Yeah, maybe at the end. Okay, so here I just wanted to show you how complex it could be for a big company with employees over 1,000. This is for the defense industry, for instance, to do a software development, the initial stage. So they have 5 different levels for maturity modeling for big companies. So it could be very, very complex. Very nice. To finalize it, what you have requested, to have a final maturity model. So it has to be very, very specific. Like the initial is a process, unpredictable, poorly controlled, and reactive. The level 1 maturity model. And the next one is the managed and so on. But I don't think we have to go to that right now before we read.
We will read. At any time, people can read now who are in the group and who went inside.
Who would like to involve in it. Yeah, like Peter. Okay. Yeah. And the next one is from splitting the whole story from the 3 key players. On the next slide. So all right, getting better. Yeah, push it up a bit.
This side is good, no?
Yeah. So here I wanted to show it from the 3 key players: the legislation player, or in a EU and the national level, the employees, perspective and the employers.
Yes.
Yeah, and
yes,
there are
it's
some
very,
sub
very
points
important. Yes.
in each level. But in
Yes.
legislation, maybe Sabo Laszlo is far better in legislation point, because I'm just guessing from legislation is the taxation is very important for EU and for national level. If you are doing cross-border with homework or remote work or telework, and also from EU level, of course, the employees protection, yeah, the rights of the employees or the union part of it. But I didn't want to go deeper on that level. Likewise, in the employees' perspective, I think it's more HR kind of specifications. I did find a good description in the Gartner. I put it a link in the Gartner.com for different details. So that was the employees perspective and the employers for the maturity model. So when the employer can say, okay, we are ready for big scales of teleworking, and just put it some key points in it, like the return on investment, the security, quality of services should not drop, and so on. And here also, I did find a good description in a Gartner area for further details.
Very good.
As well, like in controlling the process, workflow, even the AI is involved with some applications in it, if you hold on it for a bit.
Down?
Yeah, I think that was it, because
Yes.
yeah, I think in this level, if someone would like to also get involved, I think the whole subject is too big for 1 or 2 days work to come up with the final.
So this is evolution. Therefore, we meet every
is.
week, and every week we will be much more clever.
Yes, I agree.
Collective wisdom. Collective wisdom. Yes.
It's a collective wisdom also. We have to use the actual experiences or case studies if we can find. I wasn't sure if any of us has knowledge with the actual case studies.
Yes, yes, yes.
I know
Thank
some
you
big
very much,
companies
Tibor.
like.
Thank you very much, Tibor. Questions? Now I think, Mr. Sabo, this is your turn. How would you make an audit for a process, not necessarily telework process, at the European institution? How, if we want to pass
sorry, but he already left as well. Mr.
Yes.
Sabo left our meeting as well. Yes.
Okay,
He's left.
so
Yes,
okay, so we will write, but write it here. So it is a question, but he had bad connections. Okay, so what else? I have some curiosity. Last week I read the resolution of Court of Justice of European Union.
Excuse
one
me,
European Hello?
Excuse me, Attila, again. But Mr. Sabo returned back, so probably he's
Very
able
good.
to
Okay,
go on.
please, Mr. Sabo, your floor. Floor is yours. Please go ahead. The question: what are the main phases of an audit at EU institution for a process? For the administrative process, the same, For example, teleworking, if we want to get, how to say it, certified by audit, how would you audit the telework process if we win the project, because this is a third subject of European Horizon project, and you will use our solution for teleworking of the employees of European institutions or some selected institution?
The major part of your question, Mr. Sabo caught, but unfortunately he left again, so I'm very, very
Okay.
sorry for that.
So never mind, he will come back, and please look
We
at
will ask
him.
him. Yes.
Other questions to this subject? So next week we will be, maybe we have to start to make some repository, because so many subcategories here and conditions, because we want to make a portal or website when companies can check themselves, and there's some system which will then compute the scores if you are mature or less mature, you know, this. So this is the goal. So Tibor, I think you put enough structure, enough instances, and now is the time to make a structure. I don't know which, where we can do this. I don't know. Here, I don't see.
I agree with you. I think this is the position or the status where I am now, or with Peter. If he has, I think his work on his slides. I'm not sure what else he has got so far. Maybe you know him better, Attila. Unfortunately, I don't know many people background.
You discuss it together.
Yeah, okay, but I was referring to other people, experiences in the group. I was referring to other people.
Yes, but finally, we cannot make a PowerPoint presentation to give as a method or test for the company. We want to offer as a service. Please measure your maturity to make level. So this is like questionnaire. So
yeah, I've got some contact with the Hungarian oil company. They are quite big, and they have introduced telework for certain services. So I will get contact with them and get some actual results or experience.
Okay.
I looked through the first model, Peter's model, and one of the thoughts I had was very similar what Tibor brought up here, which is that there is no one maturity model. My segmentation was rather legislation is separate, and the macro environment is one thing, and for the company is another thing. And then, as here we see on the slide and the following slide, employers and employees' perspective is different. But of course, the maturity model doesn't necessarily has to cut this into two. What I feel a little, and looking at the names, I did it confirm that there was a little too much emphasis on national bodies, on authorities. I mean, reporting about telework to national bodies, I don't think that's really a precondition of maturity. But what I missed there more, maybe the original thought was that, but it got deflected towards national authorities, it's professional community. Whether there is an exchange of information, whether there is research and analysis, whether there are specific associations or working groups of different associations dealing with teleworking. I have a couple of smaller remarks. One of them I have a little seen back again in Tibor's presentation now on conditions, requirements, rules to cover the extra cost, tax treatment, and we have to see that if people are abroad, there is a very serious international tax implication of teleworking. Exactly. If managers work from abroad, this could even concern the company's taxation. Exactly. Being in Luxembourg, I have a sensitivity to that. I would have some remarks on teleworking with on device and corporate device, because actually what we see in the EU institutions, in particular in the Commission, that teleworking started with private devices. So using private devices was not at a later step, it was the first step. And the same way I would do some considerations concerning the availability, where it says that regulated availability is more mature. You cannot limit remote availability to working time or teleworking time, because at least a lot of management personnel, but in my experience also not management personnel, some of my colleagues were checking their emails while on holidays, etc., just to see if something happens. And that's good, although it's not telework.
Yeah.
And well, in terms of auditing, one thing in security, it's very complex. Even the first table on the first presentation was rather complex, so I didn't really have time to go into that. But there seems to be a little mix-up between teleworking and cloud. Okay. So in terms of auditing, of course, there is a very trivial side, which is the security, not of the workplace, workspace platform, but of teleworking itself. First of all, the connect, because where it starts very trivially, where we are in an office, I plug into the office network, and they already know where I am. And when I sign on to the office network, the network checks my device MAC address or another identifier. While when I go from outside, and of course there are meanwhile different levels of solutions for different level of people. Maybe some of the people present worked as extramuros or intramuros for some institutions. So you know that there are certain ways to connect with professional laptops, which is sometimes different from how employees or staff connect. So there are security challenges anyway from remote connection, and this is one audit subject. Another subject still related to the specialties of telework. You have no paper signatures, you have no face-to-face meetings. Even when you see each other through the camera, you don't know whether I'm not talking from a recording and I'm really live there. And this also brings with it some authentication considerations. The question is also whether what you want to achieve by telework, and of course, also my brain always goes towards the COVID and that I want people to be able to work without going to the office. But the question will arise very soon. Okay, do we really have to simulate our live work processes in teleworking? Or could we gain something from that? Could it be simpler? Should it be different? It's very interesting in education, actually. I know we are talking about companies, but in education, it's a very interesting and burning question now with the pandemics. And actually, it's under the radar, but the Commission is offering on Facebook a platform with a lot of information and videos and free trainings on blended learning. I always said when we were talking about teleworking, and of course there is another trend of open plan offices and hot desking or flex desking, that this could be linked. It's important how you motivate people and how you motivate the companies to introduce telework. People are teleworking, it has a number of advantages for them. I always said I would link teleworking to a saving or an ease of the employer in office space.
Exactly.
If you have 70 people of the 70% of the people in the office, you want to save some space. And whether you can do it without flex desking, and how you set up flex desking, because that's not one single solution. There are different levels. Everybody thinks about the extreme you go in, which the Big Four does, but they do it for jobs where you are outside a lot. And then when you come in once a week to write your report, okay, you sit down somewhere. But it was very, very clear that from some investigations a little before the pandemics, this was 2019, where faculty in the Aalto University was doing investigations where it said personalization of the workplace is very important for people, even if they work virtually. Set up their own desktop, how it looks, for example. So there are a couple of perks and interests which are at play here. Thank you.
I do thank you really for this institutional overview from you. And I think we have to develop this criteria, your comments, your proposals into the model too. So now the time, ladies and gentlemen, for 3:30, and we have another subject at least, but I don't like a long meeting because next time you don't come. You. Wait. I have to get out, and maybe next week I will be more capable to. Okay, so I only show to you. Please allow me to show what is my proposal for project objective, because here are the current calls. You can read them mainly for health, and here is also a proposal for other projects, robotics and so on and so, of course. But I would like to draw your kind attention to that we should be interested to promote telework governance in the European Union. So our project should be, I think, developed. I think here I put yes, project objectives, you see. I put here the project objective independently. What should be the grant scheme? Maybe again, this we have to learn how to enlarge it. But please read the acronym My Workplace. So the key objective, as you say, to accelerate a systematic, safe adoption of digital workplace. I turn to digital workplace because telework is old. Made in America, they call it digital workplace now. So methodologies and platforms. So we must have something, you know, as Mr. Sabo also knows, that the project cannot be for pure development or some tools, you know. So telework as a process is the main key research part. because this would be a research and innovation type project. And here are the main deliverables, and it should be a consortium, at least 8 partners from EU, from minimum 5 member states. But we can see, and you can also look what should be your role as an expert or your company. But if the company, these companies must be serious size and history or otherwise. But this is not now important. So who sees his role and in these categories? Policy research consortium member, business process researchers, collaborators, IT developers can be also, but not only on the first. And pilot SMEs, what Tibor you advised, of course, that we must address also pilot SMEs or mid-range companies who have no capacities to introduce something from the scratch. Many big companies can have the capacities, but mid-range and small is difficult, cannot afford. And of course, to select pilot SMEs when we will verify the project results. So this some 24 months project, 1.2 million budget. So please think also about the objectives, but also about your role, what you can add to this project. And then we start writing the proposals. There are some course end of June that are closing date. So we still have some time, but usually time is passing. So that's all. And if we put this, then I think we completed our event. What I check if it is true. See more events, at least events, calendar. Why I don't have events? Huh? What do you think? Past, this is past event. Aha, this is considered past, yes, because it is after 3 o'clock. Yes, overtime. Okay, so this is good. Good. So this is joke with this system. But sorry for this. Here is the program, but you can see. I think you will log in. Send me a code. I want to participate, or tell it now, and we send you the code. My colleagues will send you the code, and you are in. And here I think we made everything, all the program. Now only František, sorry, but I am so keen to explain me what is this inside, what I see this, where it is.
Sure.
I can show it because always I'm looking.
I know.
Where it is, where security or what, where it is. I can, yeah. Oh, where it is.
Some
integration. No, inside. But where is inside? Now it's disappeared. Or here. This can be seen. Administratives. So I go to admin, and managers only can see what the employees are doing. So this is the big advantage for companies. I always simulate company managers like I am. Roles, what is the impact? So inside, please explain what it shows. It very quickly. If somebody is tired, so goodbye. Sorry, we'll meet next week. So please show this. What is this? Or I don't know.
Okay. I speak end of my presentation regarding reporting, auditing, logging. Also, this part is good, is standard. Also very simple. You can see workload,
Okay,
how
this
many
and
people are
one
logged.
profile.
This is a standard reporting. What is problem? We need more information regarding security
Safety center.
correlation. Also,
So,
which data access from
but
which
this is
IP
for
address.
manager. Yes, but this is for manager. Am I right?
Sure.
But I see also something like double. What is it? Double checking of login. I don't know where it showed me. Safety center, important post. I don't know. Security. Yes.
Attila,
So
okay.
it is what. So this
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
health of our network, or what is this? Security health.
Yeah,
Good.
sure.
That can be excellent. Maybe. Okay. Next time we will ask you, because maybe now they are almost there. Or WordPress accounts with two-factor authentication. Do you recommend to make two-factor?
When we have some confidential data, yes. When not,
But
we can use the strong password.
We have confidential data, and I am asking everybody that confidentiality agreement, because we're preparing a project proposal and somebody can steal our idea and submit the same or even better.
100% yes. Also, we need two-factor authentication.
Okay.
So this is no problem. This is only technical problem.
Okay. Integration. This is some statistics, and so this is not for manager. This is for you as a security expert, or for Mr. Sabo. Yes, for auditor.
Sure.
And for me as a manager,
not enough for Mr. Sabo. For administrator, enough. For auditor, we expect more deeply.
And if I am a manager, company manager, or departmental manager, because
this is fit for you. This is fitting you.
These are, what is this green lines? These are groups. I always cannot find. Okay, I don't want to lose the time. Okay, so I think groups, and now our activity from 21st jumped. Okay, so thank you very much. And if any other business, if not, so thank you very much for today, and we can close the meeting. Mr. Balázs, you can close the meeting, and see you next Wednesday also.